Hey everyone, welcome to Tech with Nash. Today we are breaking down the most used commands with Git in a simple and easy to follow way. Whether you are a beginner or just need a refresh, this video will help you understand how the essential Git commands work. So let's jump right in. When working with Git, you deal with two main areas: the local environment and the remote repository. Locally, Git has three key stages. Working directory, this is where you make changes to your files. Staging area, where you prepare specific changes for a commit. Local repository, once committed, changes are stored in your local Git history. And we have the remote repository like GitHub or Bitbucket that allows you to share your changes with others and keep a backup of your work. And now we can go step by step through the most used and basic commands in Git. To create a local repository, Git repository, we can initialize a new Git repository by running this command, git init. This command creates a git.git folder, turning your directory into a Git repository, local one. Or you can clone an existing repository by running git clone and the repository URL. But in this video, I'm not going to clone an existing repo. So now, since we have a local Git repository, let's create three files. Okay, I created three files for testing. Let's run now a new command, get status, to show the status of the changes like stage, unstage, or untracked. So now you can see that these three files are untracked. To add specific file to a staging area or stage a file for commit, we run git add file name. If we run again the git status, let's see which file has changed. So only one is ready to commit it, the two others still under untracked files. So what we can do in case we have many files, we run git add all with a dot to stage all changes at once. Let's run the git stats again. So all of them are ready for commit. Now, how we can commit? Git commit -m to give a message for the commit. First commit, let's say, hit enter. Let's run the git stats again. So nothing to commit because we already did it. So if you haven't set up a remote repository yet, you can link it using command git remote add origin Where's the origin? It's here. I have a repository on GitHub already created. Oh, let me copy it correctly. Here we go. So it's added. Usually you don't need need this command if your local repository is cloned from a remote one. So now it's added. How we can push our changes to the remote repository? We run git push origin, and the branch name in my case is master. It's here. We'll talk about it later. Ta-da! Push. If we refresh this page, we see that change. Our files are here now. To pull changes from the remote repository, we run git pull origin and the branch name. So here we don't have anything because it's already up to date. I just pushed my changes. But this step is important when working with other collaborators because it ensures your local repository is up to date with the latest changes from the remote repository. This helps avoid conflicts and keeps everyone on the same page. So before making new changes, always fetch and merge the latest updates from the remote repository into the local directory and repo. Let's see here. We have the Git workflow. This is the local area, here the remote. We started by creating a file. We added to the staging area. Then we committed locally into the local repository. After that, we pushed it to the remote. Like in our case, it's GitHub. And when we pull from the server, the new changes will be updated here in the local repository and the working directory. So let's run now a new command called git branch. We have one branch. This command lists all available branches, but how we can create a new branch since I just have one. I run git checkout -b. Let's call it new feature. So here this command creates and switches to a new branch directly. If we run the git branch again, we'll see the two branches, but now the active one is the newly created branch. Let's make a new modification or create a new file. Touch new underscore file dot txt. No files, sorry. Can rename it. Okay. Git status to see. We have it here. Git add. Git commit. New file added. Let's say. Git push origin. Now instead of master, we give the new branch new underscore feature. Okay, so I have two branches. If I go here, I see this notification. The branches, I can see two. The master is always default or whatever you have as default branch. and the new one, I can see the new file.exe here, but I don't see it under master. How I can push the changes to the master? Let's go back to master by writing this command, typing git checkout without dash b this time is master to switch to a different branch, then git pull or can do merge directly with merge the new feature. You can see it here. We merge it. Let's add or run git status, nothing to commit. If we go over here, we refresh, I don't see it because it's still here in the local repository. Oops. Let's run git push origin master and jump back. We run, it's here, and that's it. You now have a solid understanding of the Git workflow and the essential commands to manage your code efficiently. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more developer tips. See you in the next one. Happy coding!